general nerdery.
So for us, while we're recording here, this is election week, or just the tail end of election week. So with the consideration that this week has been about 6,000 years long, we decided to go into a nice, relaxing book. It has a name like Peace Talk. We could use peace right now, but it turned out Jim Butcher lied to us. There's lots of talking. There's not much peace going down here.
Well, then it does go.
I mean, to be fair, he was very sarcastic every time he said, "It's called Peace Talks. It'll be fine."
It's hard to read inflection. Anyways, this is General Nerdery, a podcast about liking things. We're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
And with us again is my winter knight, Dickie.
Hello.
Wait, are you winter or summer? I don't remember. You declared yourself once.
Paul and I were going to put together a spring and autumn set. So I would say I'm more likely to be summer.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to party hard enough to be winter.
My summer knight, Dickie. We are here today to talk about both Peace Talk and Battleground, the two most recent Dresden books. If you have not read those books, stop listening right after the news.
Yeah.
Unless you really, really like spoilers.
Which I have accidentally spoiled myself on, which is good because I still have 100 pages left of the final book to go on here. Just all cards on the table. I did not get as much done this week as I wanted to.
Well, and realistically, the last time we talked Dresden, we tried to give everybody a good jump-in point.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a jump-in point. This is...
Nope.
Things came out this year. Things came out this year, and we have to fucking talk.
But before we get that, what have we been ingesting?
I can start because it hasn't been a whole lot.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be a short...
Because it was mostly election news all week.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
The biggest break... Okay, I guess it wasn't mostly election news all week. Somehow, I'm still not entirely sure where I found the time to do this, but in order to balance out all the anxiety from election news, I completely re-binged the entire Good Place.
Damn. Okay, so I'm not the only one binging sitcoms here. I feel a little better now.
Yep. And it worked. It was awesome.
Dickie, what about you?
Well, so we picked up a free week trial of Hulu, and we watched all of Rick and Morty season 4 2 days ago, and yesterday we finished it up. What else? Oh, we have decided to not watch The Mandalorian until it's all out.
Oh,
Call me crazy.
I would not be able to do that. It's a fight to make sure Cece doesn't watch it while I'm at work. It's
it's rough because I frequently rotate through what I like to call the apps, Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit.
Oh yeah,
so anytime I see the words "The Mandalorian," I'm like, no, abandoned ship, get out of here.
Okay, we will not talk about episode 2 today. Then.
Oh, such a strong person. I could not do that.
No.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was easy with season 1 because I hadn't seen it yet. And, I was still talking to people, so somehow I didn't hear about how good it was. But I knew I wanted to watch it, and then finally the last episode aired, and I was like, all right, let's watch that first episode. And just 3 days later, we were done with the entire season.
Someone at work today
I'm very excited for this one.
And they were like, hey, I hear that you and Cece have really been enjoying it. And I'm like, what does that mean? And apparently what she meant was the new season of The Mandalorian. But
a year ago, somebody could come up to you, any of us, and say that and be like, oh, yeah, I did enjoy that last episode of Game of Thrones.
Right?
We don't have this ubiquitous, everybody loves this show anymore, though.
Yeah, but
Mandalorian's probably going to take up that slot.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I still would have been like, I still don't know what's going on here.
That's great.
And apparently following the tradition of everyone this week just binging a half-hour comedy, I watched about 2 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine over the course of the week. One of them in a day. I just woke up and was like, I'm not doing anything today. Turn it on.
Brooklyn
and
Nine-Nine.
I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for me to go to bed now. That was 23 episodes today. I did other stuff, but
But overall, there was Jake Peralta.
Yeah, everywhere. There was Jake Peralta, Terry Jeffords. I wanted to call him Terry Crews because it's Terry Crews.
Yeah.
We all know.
There is one more very large nerd thing that I want to put in there that I've been doing.
Yeah?
I've been listening to the audiobooks for A Wheel of Time.
Oh,
That's pretty nerdy.
Yes. So I've read the series before, and it's actually what turned me on to Brandon Sanderson. And now I'm a huge Sanderson fan. But
Oh, right,
I
'cause he did
decided
the
I
final
wanted
ones,
to...
didn't he?
Yes, he finished the series. He wrapped it up in 3 books. They were all very good.
never did get around to the Wheel of Time.
No, my work wife has been yelling at me to read it for years, and I'm like, whoops, read this other fantasy series by mistake.
It's what we call a commitment. The thing to realize about it is that Robert Jordan, who wrote most of it, he started it off because he wanted to tell his own version of the hero's journey, specifically Tolkien style, like with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And it evolves from that. But yeah, you read that first book and you're like, especially maybe the first third maybe, you're like, wow, this feels a lot like the beginning of the not the Wheel of Time, the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, especially like they start off in a sleepy little back of the woods place that nobody ever goes to.
Tolkien has a lot to answer for when it comes to fantasy tropes. Because now that I think about it, pretty much every fantasy written, particularly if it was written in the 80s, which is where a lot of fantasy was started, then you're fucking right. It starts in a sleepy little middle of nowhere town.
And you know what actually happens in sleepy little middle of nowhere towns?
Racism?
A lot of racism and alcohol drinking. I came from one of those towns.
I mean,
just maybe not in the fantasy
basically the
realm.
beginning of the Dragonlance Chronicles.
Robert Jordan made a really interesting choice with the Wheel of Time that I very much appreciate, and I didn't pick up on until I was watching a fantasy critic who has a YouTube channel. Daniel Green is his name. It's great. Check it out. But he was talking about how Robert Jordan, he made the conscious choice to not have fantasy racism, right, where you've got orcs hate elves and so on and so forth. But he decided to have the biases and bigotry be based on nationalism, which is pretty cool. Also a little relevant to the moment.
Yeah, a little close to home, yeah. CC also got me hooked on Among Us.
Oh.
Everyone
I still never played it. I
board.
just see the memes all over the place.
Let's lie to our friends and make everybody feel really anxious. That's how I feel about it, at least. It looks cool, but I don't think I could play it.
I am not a devotee to the game. Like, I know people who are playing, including CC, who are playing together, like, every night, and I will join in sometimes, and I have fun with it. But, like...
I mean, it seems fine, but at the same time, whenever I think about what goes into that game, I kind of think about the fact that I'd just rather watch John Carpenter's The Thing.
Fair.
I do recommend trying it, but do we have any news today?
I got a little bit of news today. Not a whole lot.
This is a surprising new thing?
Yeah, no, it's... Due to the election, there wasn't much news, because I think...
No one wanted to compete.
Yeah, nobody wanted to compete, so... There's like a couple little things, and the biggest thing from the week is fucking rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't actually know there was a Jeopardy before Trebek until I was suddenly like, what's gonna happen to Jeopardy now? I mean, someone, probably Drew Carey somehow, is going to replace it.
I think they've already been talking about Ken Jennings.
That would make sense.
Ah, okay.
To carry on, but I think Alex was recording up until damn near his death, so I think
his final episode's not out yet.
Yeah, I think his final episode's going to be like Christmas week.
So yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll probably get the rise of Ken Jennings, but man, that's a bummer, because that was one of my primary ways to go get random facts when I was a kid, is just fucking watch Jeopardy.
It's one of those, I don't want to sound heartless, when someone dies at 80, I'm like, that's sad, but that also tracks. Like,
it pans out.
Yeah.
It pans out, although in this case it's also like, fuck you, cancer.
Yes, there's hardcore
fuck right. He had pancreatic cancer, was that it?
Yeah, that's a nasty one, too, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's rough.
Which doesn't say I'm not, like, sad about it, but when someone's like, they're 40 and they're dying, I'm like, oh my god. When they're 80 I'm like, okay, that could just happen in your sleep at that point. Like, Which I guess is the like douchey way of saying, at least he had a really long, successful life with an impressive career. Like,
Yes.
And not any scandals I can think about.
oh, everyone likes Alex Trebek, which is funny because you can never quite tell if Alex Trebek likes the fucking like people on the show by the end of it. Like,
oh,
was Alex Trebek the one who would say to always spay and neuter your pets?
no, that was Bob something
that
else.
was
Price of Right guy.
Yeah, that was Bob Barker.
Bob Barker. God.
Okay, Bob Barker.
Yeah, that was Bob Barker.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
There is one other decent piece of news, I feel.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was asked to step away from his roles in Fantastic Beasts and what was the other one?
Oh, I didn't know there was another
I can't
one.
remember.
How are you reading my notes from across the telephone? Because that's actually the next thing I was about
from
to
like
bring
a
up
s- a
anyway.
town.
Oh, very good, very good. Oh God, there's another role, and I'm completely blanking it right now. Take it away, Tyler.
Well, I think the biggest one is Fantastic Beasts. I'm not seeing anything else actually being listed that he stepped away from.
I thought it was Jack Sparrow. I thought they weren't going to do anything with Jack Sparrow anymore.
They had
because of
already
the same
decided
stuff.
that. I
Yeah, they have two
okay,
different
okay.
pirate spin-offs in the works right now. One sounds like a
Gotcha.
spin-off, and another one sounds like a reboot, and it sounds like they're going to do them both at the same time.
Okay. But yes.
I
That's all because of the allegations regarding his ex-wife?
yes, his ex-wife Amber Heard, and there are allegations against her, and the internet is super divided on this one, and from what I can tell, I'm just really glad that relationship is over, and I know
I kind of wanted to bring it up just almost to warn people if you're not the kind of person that is on Reddit all the time, but you're on other social media, all the memes should be getting to you by the time this episode comes out. Because there's a lot of really toxic shit coming out of this one from a lot of the Johnny stans. There seems to be a really prevalent idea amongst some of the stans online that if one person does bad, then the other person is automatically really good. And because she was oh so shitty to him, that means he's a good guy.
from what I can tell, and I don't know, we are just covering this, it kind of sounded like they were shitty to each other, and I'm just glad it's done. I'm not...
That one I'm very willing to believe.
Yeah, that's what I got from it. Basically, he was trying to sue for libel.
And he lost, because
And
someone,
he lost.
the son, I think, called him a wife beater.
Right. Basically, his defense was like, well, wife beater makes it sound like this is something I do all the time.
Oh, that's a terrible defense. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It was more complicated than that.
Yes, but that's what it basically...
It boiled down to like, that makes it sound like that's something I am all the time. This is only the one case where I was pushed to it. And the court was like, doesn't matter whether you were pushed to it, doesn't matter how shitty you were. It's a factual statement that you're a wife beater because it did happen this time.
God, and that's why I kind of am like, I'm just washing my hands of this entire goddamn thing.
No, it sounds like the physical abuse also went both ways from what I heard.
Yeah.
I have not dug very deeply into this, but apparently there is a recording of her hitting him and saying, "No one will believe you." And that was like, oh, goodness. Oh, that's bad. Like, none of what's happening here is good on either side.
Yep, that's where I land.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to look up that recording and hear for themselves, just be warned.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
Trigger warning, most likely.
Maybe just don't. Maybe just believe that it exists. I don't think we need to listen to it. Yeah, I don't really have comment on that. Just like, oh, okay. I am surprised on Fantastic Beasts because they had went to bat for him pretty hard when he got hired on for the second one, which I never saw.
It was good. He did a great job.
And I have very complicated feelings about J.K. Rowling, so I don't know when or if I'm going to see the third one. Right now I'm kind of avoiding Harry Potter stuff.
I think that's
a lot of people in our age group have that.
I think that's the thing that feels weird about this situation to me is them asking him to step away, but she's still co-writing.
She has a lot more ownership rights.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's very likely.
At this point, I'm just like, I'm not invested enough in the Fantastic Beasts part of the franchise anyway that I'm like, do we need number 3 to happen? But
We have 2 copies of all 7 books at my house because both CT and I have them, and neither one really wants to get rid of our copies. I've got most of the Harry Potter I need at this point.
this does leave a very natural opening for Colin Farrell to come back in, which I would very much welcome myself.
I was really mad when I found out it was Johnny Depp over Colin Farrell, because Colin Farrell had been kicking ass that entire movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. So...
And as far as I know, he doesn't suck that bad. I don't know. I should not say that.
He does have a sex tape.
Fucking who doesn't at this point? Celebrity-wise.
I was about to say me, but there you go. Celebrity-wise, most of them.
Otherwise, from news, moving on from that, Green Knight has gotten its rating.
That's the...
Oh, what is it?
It's Italian? Or it's not...
It's the new A24.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember where it's coming out, because it's not an American production, I don't think.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Sure.
I could also be wrong. Anyways, what's its rating?
But it got rated R, and it's really fun to go look up the comments on any of the articles that talk about it receiving its rating, because it was rated R for violence, some sexuality, and graphic nudity. So everyone is just talking about how Dev Patel's probably going to be just swinging schlong all over the place in this movie.
All right.
Dicks out for King Arthur, everybody.
And there's some speculation as to whether they're just going to try to do the rainbow of dicks that was started with Watchmen and the blue dick, and now we're going to have the Green Knight's dick, and where it might go from here.
That is
blue and green. It's purple. Or, I'm sorry, yellow. Jesus.
Yeah, and then orange, red. That is the weirdest movie, or like, not movie, the weirdest King Arthur story to adapt. Mm-hmm. That one is just balls to the wall, and I did not mean to make that pun right there. Very mad at myself.
Green wieners to the wall.
But I thought I'd bring that up because we did watch the trailer back when it first dropped, and
I'm excited
really
for
good.
it.
We did.
I really like King Arthur stuff, so I'm looking forward
I
to it.
actually think we watched that trailer on the episode that I gifted.
I also think we talked about Alex Trebek, so just fucking flashbacks here.
Right? Let's see. They have announced...
Like you guys are professional podcasters.
Yeah, something like that. They have announced that in spring of 2021, we will get the remastered Mass Effect trilogy, which I'm looking forward to.
It will not come out for the Switch, so that's fine. Cool, though. I hear they're great.
I played the first one all the way through at least 10 times.
Shit, son.
Played the second one all the way through once, and I've only played 10 minutes of the third one.
Diminishing
so I'm
returns.
really, really happy that we're getting an HD remastered version, so it might like spur me to finally go back and go through those games proper.
Okay, well, if we're bringing video games into this, I have an exciting one.
Yo.
Okay.
Because obviously the next generation is releasing this week.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, shit, is it?
Yes. Yeah, the PlayStation 5 drops on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I care literally about no other titles. I guess the Miles Morales one looks really great. But we are getting a Demon Souls remake, and it looks incredible.
Oh, I did hear
Demon
a little
Souls,
about
the
that.
Yes, the game that started the decade of Dark Souls, where everything got compared to Dark Souls.
Right.
So we're getting a complete remake of it. It's being done, it's been done by Blue Point. They're the same people that did the Shadow of the Colossus remake a couple years back.
I do like
And
Shadow of
it
the
looks
Colossus.
incredible. Yeah. So that's very exciting.
You're like, I guess that Miles
For me,
Morales game is okay. It looks okay. And I'm like, man, that's the game I'm considering buying a PS5 for.
Oh, yeah, it looks incredible. Actually, that game is suffering a little bit of, I don't want to use the word drama or anything, or controversy. There we go. I don't want to say controversy, but people are upset that it's about 8 hours, storyline wise, which I'm okay with that because story driven stuff is great, and not everybody has 40 to 80 hours to kill on a video game.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There's a lot
Some
of
of
games
us
I've
have
never
ADD.
finished. Some of us have jobs and podcasts.
I still haven't finished the Spider-Man that came out on this generation.
I do recommend doing that, though. I mean, admittedly,
Yeah, I want to. It's really good.
Lent that game, and I did nothing else for like 2 weeks. Like, went to work, thought about Spider-Man. Went home, played Spider-Man. Went to work, thought about Spider-Man.
Accidentally called CC Spider-Man.
Wasn't going to talk about that, but we are the classiest today.
I only really have one other piece of news, and that's there is a new DC editor-in-chief.
Replacing Dan Didio. I do not know how to pronounce her name, but so we're going to guess here.
Marie Javins?
I think it's Javins, so yeah. She
was already the interim co-editor-in-chief alongside Michelle Wells after the big bloodbath in August.
When they fired like a quarter of their staff.
And then it has just been announced today that she will be assuming the role in full by herself, alongside the recently hired Senior VP and General Manager, Daniel Cherry III, and Jim Lee as Chief Creative Officer.
Which he's been working as publisher. And honestly, Chief Creative Officer is a better choice for Lee. I like Marie Javins from what I have read about her. She's worked for comics for most of her life. Like, she is a lifelong member of the industry, which, as much as the industry needs shaking up, which she seems to be brought on board to partly do, having someone who clearly cares about the industry at the same time who's shaking it up is a good thing. Because one of her last jobs, like one of her big last responsibilities, was setting up like short stories and stuff they could hire artists and creators for during COVID, being like, okay, you guys, like, we can't pay you for, publishing what we normally publish because nothing's coming out, but here's some short stories, here's some stuff, so you're getting some income coming in.
She's been a big part of DC's push for just graphic novels and young adult novels in general, and pushing a diverse cast towards a younger developing audience.
Which is a really, really good idea, and we never should have stopped catering to kids, at least somewhere in the comic industry.
And I think she's also been in charge of some of the things that have led to like the fact that they're going to be doing some comics digital first and such.
She's bringing us into the future. Mm-hmm. I also like it because I'm pretty sure this means that the two highest ranking people in DC, or DC Comics, is a black man and a woman. Mm. And it is such a traditionally white male industry that, having representation in higher levels inside the company is only going to be a good thing for us.
Agreed.
Indeed.
That's about what I got there. That's
I work in a comic shop and I didn't know this was happening.
It was announced today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like hours ago.
Yeah, but I'm in the comic shop for the games part of the store.
Yeah, I know.
But I was like, wow, I can't believe I didn't hear about Jason or Reed talking about this.
That's why I keep being like, hey, hire me.
There you go.
That's what we got for news.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk about Peace Grounds and Battle Talks.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes, I did.
I like it.
So the main thing I took from this is, like, jumping into these books, is that I remember nothing of Skin Game.
Really? That's my favorite Dresden book.
I remember enjoying it, and I was like, oh, I remember. And anything that happened after Cold Days, I was like, what is going on? And I think it's because I've only read that one once, while everything else I've read at least twice. Mm. But
okay.
I was like, okay, so last book, Molly became the Winter Lady and blah, blah. And they were talking about all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, no.
See, my experience was different in that I realized, even though I had read it only 2 months ago, mm-hmm. I had almost completely forgotten Peace Talks. If you would have asked me to describe Peace Talks, I would have started describing Skin Game. And then and then I was like, oh yeah, that's why I forgot, because it's just in between filler until Battleground.
Honestly, so far I have preferred Peace Game to Battleground. I think I'm the only person that said this, but
the people. We're recording now, right?
Yes,
we're recording now. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So the biggest complaint I've heard about Peace Talks, and I get it, is that it's fairly obvious that it's half of a story. Like Peace Talks is a book that is literally just build. There's no climax. Mm-hmm. That book is just building and building and building. You can argue there's like a climactic moment, but it's definitely not the climax of the story. By the time that happens, we're already looking to like, oh my God, what's going to happen in the next book?
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, because Peace Talks is basically just get Thomas out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which we've read that plot like 6 times now.
By the way, Jim Butcher lied to us.
Yeah, we already covered this.
Yeah,
no, this is a different lie.
Oh, okay. Well, we know he's a lying liar, so what's this one?
I think it was last year. He revealed the first words, and maybe they were words. I don't think so, actually. But like the first line in the book, and it was just, Justine is pregnant. That didn't happen until like the 3rd page.
Well,
by the way, heavy spoilers from this point on, right?
Yeah, we already warned. You're fine.
Very good, very good.
He's already started with a revelation that their main character has a child in the first sentence somewhere before. I think he's like, I can't top changes, so...
That's true. Right. We didn't actually get to say it out loud last episode because we were avoiding spoilers, but that first sentence from Changes fucking rocked me to my core.
Like, what is it? The Red Court has our daughter or something like that? And he's like, but what now?
It's you have a child and the Red Court took her.
Yeah.
I do think, one, I did not realize Maggie is as old as she is in this one.
Yeah, she's like 10 or 11, I think.
The amount of time skip between the later books, really from Changes On versus the earlier books, is wide enough that I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, but Maggie with Dresden, I think, was one of my favorite parts of these books, because I realized that what I care about is not the big bads, other than Gentleman Johnny Marcone. I love Johnny Marcone, but like New Titan Lady, boring, Fomar, and even Nicodemus. I'm like, you bring the plot along, and I appreciate that. But what I like is Dresden with Butters, or Dresden with Will and Georgia. I wish Georgia got more stuff. Obviously,
you enjoy Dresden shooting the shit with his buddies, even when it's in dire situations.
Yes, exactly.
Is what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah, I like Dresden with Mac. I like those scenes because it's so apparent how much Dresden has grown from the beginning of the series.
That's also super true.
Especially like since he died, basically, it's been like a giant, awesome period of growth for him, and you get to see it. And Jim's been pretty good about writing it. I feel like, it feels good.
As his kid got older, he was suddenly writing a lot more about Dresden. Like, I've got a kid and I'm growing up now, and I feel like those definitely correlate.
I also like, especially once you get into like the battleground side of things, that we're pushing towards Dresden fighting the foes that I really want to see him fight, because at this point I'm totally down to say fuck the White Council.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The only one, I like...
Listens to Wind.
Yep, Listens to Wind, and I like Ebenezer, but in the same way that I'm like, Ebenezer, you're wrong a lot, but...
I like Rashid.
Okay. I like the Squad, as I like to call them.
Yeah.
Which is the young wardens.
Ramirez,
Wild Bill.
And Wild Bill.
Yes.
I am...
Chandler a little bit as well.
I am real curious for the future book where they deal with the Black Court fucking over the Squad here.
Yeah.
Partly because I want more Ramirez.
We're probably going to have 2 Black Court vampire former wardens, which is pretty exciting.
Where did Ramirez get injured?
Remember that short story anthology I told you about?
Yes, the briefcase is the most recent one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In one of those stories.
So,
basically, him and Molly start to bone down. And Molly, being the Winter Lady who was supposed to remain a maid, the mantle took over and just beat the shit out of him.
Oh no!
Yeah. You missed a lot not reading those.
Okay, I'm gonna pick those up. They got lost in the.
So I didn't know that
flinching. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that going into peace talks the first time because I hadn't read Briefcases. I still haven't read Briefcases, but I went and spoiled myself on that story before this latest reread, and it makes a lot of those scenes with Carlos make a lot more sense.
Okay.
Yeah. All those times when Molly gets mentioned, or Carlos sees Molly and he flinches or glares, that's what all that is. It's because
that I didn't notice that, but now that you're like, oh, Carlos was acting weird.
Yeah, those like multiple books worth of sexual tension finally boiled over, and Carlos got crippled.
And him now also being even more distrustful of Winter Court shit.
Yeah, okay, that explains a lot.
So Ramirez has a first row seat of what winter mantles can do to a person that is normally a trusting, loving. You could pin everything on them, and they would be there to take care of you. He had that in Molly, and then he experienced essentially a betrayal from her.
Okay, Jesus, that is
so it informs a lot of Ramirez's actions in these two books.
That helps. I was very annoyed with Ramirez in this book. Although also, Dresden, learn to have a fucking conversation sometimes. Like, I get their secrets, but they're like, he's like all super offended that they like revealed that he had sex. And I'm like, okay, I get that. That's a violation. But you're also hanging out with succubi. Like, this is... It's a very personal question. They should have told you what they were going to do first. But it is not unreasonable of them to ask you. And you could have, even while being offended, been like, my girlfriend Murphy, you piece of shit. And they would have been like, yeah, okay.
Yes. I do think, I love Butcher's work. I think he stretched the distrust that Harry experienced, or feels at least a little bit, for people in the White Council. Because if there was anybody in the White Council besides Ebenezer that we could count on to keep a secret for Harry, it would be Ramirez.
Well, and you could have relieved distrust of Ramirez as well, still not revealing that Thomas is your brother.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've not been boning the White Council as opposed to not White Council, the White Court. Very different.
Yeah.
So you're still going to be suspicious of why I'm hanging out with them. But, yeah.
I do feel like by the end of that scene, like, Butcher writes it in, like, Harry realizes he needs to talk to Carlos about all this. But right now is not the time. And he kind of needs them to realize, like, there's, like, 5 things happening all on top of each other right now.
Okay, so I'm with Dickie. I am a big fan of Butcher's writing, but... I think it's important to critique the things that you like. I am real tired of a couple of the tropes that are coming up. And this is the first one of just, it's always, now is not the time, and then it gets worse. Fucking make the time. Be like, all right, we're going to have a walk and talk. Haven't been fucking Laura Wraith. We good. Like, there are things he could do that he's just too bullheaded to do, and because we've seen so much growth in other places now, when he's still doing that, it feels like, come on, Harry. Like,
yeah, the fact that by the end of Battleground, so 2 books of this, or one book if you're Brandon Sanderson. That's one thing that I thought was crazy. Sanderson books are like the length of those 2 books together.
Tyler found out why, but finish your thought first. We'll talk about that after.
Okay, cool. I'm surprised that by the end of Battleground, Harry still wasn't like, all right, Ramirez, here we go. Here's a tidbit of information that will make you go, okay, that makes sense. Unfortunately, you're still out of the White Council.
Yeah, no, the book split thing, from what I understand, is that Penguin Publishing doesn't actually have the capability of publishing a book that large anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because of the state of fucking... printed anything.
Yeah, most
days.
things are coming out on the fucking Kindle anyways for most of their sales. And
in order to put out because giant books get printed all the fucking time. Like we fucking read Game of Thrones and shit, right? Like those books are gigantic, but Penguin Publishing doesn't have the ability to do that anymore. In order to put the book together with as big as it got, they would have had to farm out some of the process. And it would have ended up being a $50 hardback.
Oh, okay.
Just to recoup costs. And they were like, that sucks.
And so instead it was like, people already know, like, people are kind of already, if you're this far into the series, you probably know that I'm already planning on 22 plus 3.
I thought it was 20 plus 3, but yeah, either way.
At this point, I think he said that some of the events that he's planned are technically 2 books behind because of how the story's gotten away from him a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
So 22 plus 3. So if we just split it and then make it 2 way more easily manageable chunks, because it's a lot more easier for people to generally scrounge up $30 for a book than $50.
Sure.
Yeah. As someone who routinely spends too much money on books, I'm like, oh, $50, and I'll spend $70 buying 3 cheaper books. But back on go ahead.
I want to talk about the most important moment in Battlegrounds, or in these 2 books, I would say.
I'm pretty sure we were about to bring up the same thing, so perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, so it relates to after Harry got told he wasn't in the White Council anymore. Yeah, I'm fucking with you. I'm going to talk about something else.
Yeah, that's definitely not what I was expecting.
Michael swearing?
I know. Michael Carpenter cursed like a sailor
for minutes.
That's so
in multiple languages.
Well, he would know him by this point. I mean, he served as a Knight of the Cross for 20 years.
And he served in the military before that.
Yeah, he's heard a curse or two.
No, that's one of the most important takeaways from...
Yeah.
Because fuck the White Council.
I needed that. After reading Battlegrounds, I needed that laugh that gave me.
Yeah.
That is something he's pretty good at, of finding the balance of, like, let's make you laugh a few times at the end of this book, so everything terrible is, like, a little better. And as I said, that's the kind of stuff I like best. But on the thing that I was going to bring up is we're going to talk about the very obvious here of No Way We Couldn't. He fucking killed Murphy. And my first thing on this is, it's the other complaint I have on this, is I am very, very done with Jim Butcher fridging a woman or, like, hurting a woman to punish Harry Dresden or to, like, bring out character in Harry Dresden.
See, and now I would agree with you with earlier in the series. Murphy's death didn't feel like that to me.
It felt super fucking cheap to me to have it be fucking Rudolph.
For me, especially with everything that was going on at this point in the series, especially Murphy's death. And Murphy's death kind of reminded me, this is a weird analogy, of the original ending of Clerks, where you have an entire movie with somebody saying, I'm not supposed to be here today, and then got killed. Every other page, they were telling her, you're too hurt for this, you're too human for this.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense,
And then it wasn't done, like... Normally, fridging is done in a way where it causes the character to get back on track. Her death almost completely derails him in this. To me, it felt more like John Constantine's friends rather than Matt Murdock's girlfriends.
Ugh, yeah, ugh. Or never date Matt Murdock.
Rough.
Never date Daredevil. I get it, and a part of it is Karen was my favorite part of these books, all told. I think I really liked the Karen Murphy relationship, but I just go ahead.
She's been in every book.
She's been in every book. She's the first other character. Like, I get why it was such a big, like, killing her ups the scale in a way that nothing. I can't imagine what these books are going to be like without Karen. But one, it just felt like such a bullshit ending for making this strong character, and then just bam, done. And two, go ahead.
You're making multiple points. You finish your points.
And then just two, I was going over the list, and I'm like, okay, Kim Delaney, Susan Rodriguez, Molly gets punished. Captain Yoshino gets screwed over and has some consent issues. Even Maggie has bad things happen because of Harry, or because things Harry did. And, like, I just keep feeling like Butcher keeps punishing women for to do things to Harry, or because of things Harry does. And I think at this point it has become a lazy plot point. But, I mean, it's also a legitimate choice. So that is just my personal thing.
Okay. So, I think I've got two pretty big thoughts on this.
Okay.
The first one is that Murphy's death is important to a theme of this book. Because by the end of this book, I felt like there was one big theme that was dropped on it. And it's that we're kind of going back to the beginning with Harry.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the outs with the council now. They don't like him. Like, they very specifically don't like Harry anymore. Harry is back to living on the same street. He's in a castle now, like a Merlin enchanted castle, but he's living in his old home. He's got his lad back. He's a loner again, basically. The only people that he's able to turn to are non-mortals and non-wizards, because at the beginning of the book, or not the book, at the beginning of the series, the people we saw him turning to for help was literally summoning demons. Toot Toot was one of the first people we saw him summon to, like, get aid from.
God, Toot Toot made me so happy in this entire...
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that.
He was great. He was great. Oh, what else? He's very much not an ally of Gentleman John Marcone. On the way up through the last few books, it's been rocky a couple times, but it's felt like they've largely been on the same side. Not anymore. They were 100% not on the same side.
Which I'm real into, as I said, Gentleman Johnny Marcone has been my favorite villain by far. He's way more interesting.
He has Bob back. In a lot of ways, Harry's biggest ally is a Knight of the Cross.
Mm-hmm.
At least his local biggest ally. And here's the number one big thing. He doesn't have an ally with a connection to the police in any way anymore. That was Murphy. Even when she was out of the force and got pushed out of it, she still was able to, like, call a couple people, try to get some information when need be.
Yeah.
And he's alone.
I am real excited for this kind of reset, because for the last couple books, it's been Harry kind of trying to play catch up as everything's going on, and he's not getting to really play to his big strengths of, you know, the actual, like, enchanting of items and stuff that was so cool in the earlier books. Also, they went back to potions. He hasn't made a potion in like 10, 15 books.
And I love potions in the Dresden verse, so
It's
I was
super
really
interesting.
happy
Very
that
cool.
they came back.
I definitely agree with you on that. I just, mostly I am, it's not a deal breaker. It's just a pattern that I had noticed.
For me, the Karen one is different as well, though, because it was never... It always had a chance of ending happy, but it wasn't ever going to be the ending you liked, because she's vanilla mortal, and he's going to live 200 years past her.
Yeah, I am also super aware that I wanted a happy ending for them.
I kind of wrote her off as being a realistic option like 3 or 4 books ago, I think.
Because she's been around, the only person that's been around since the very beginning, and she was the, like, real ally touchstone to the mortal world, that one of the only ones that Harry had left. And I get that that's on purpose, taking away that his last real connection other than his daughter, who might end up being a wizard herself, from the mortal world, is a very interesting character choice. I just am mad about it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway from it is that Harry is, despite his very powerful allies, because he has those, emotionally speaking, Harry's alone again.
Yeah.
Which is like, for him, he probably feels that way, which is really scary.
So I'm admittedly,
like
I'm admittedly not entirely done with the book. I accidentally spoiled myself. It's okay. Because I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I've got like 100 pages left, maybe. Does Maggie go live with him in the
castle?
In the castle?
Probably. There's like one scene that happens in the castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still going to have that connection to humanity, I guess.
Yep.
But as I said, like, it's hard to, which is good, because we need something happy happening with Dresden. I do not want another fucking beginning of Summer Night where he has completely devolved from humanity.
Well, I feel it's not exactly humanity at like plain vanilla level, but by the end of Battlegrounds, you get, at least I get the really good feeling that he's probably going to be working a lot more heavily with like the Paranetters going forward.
I do know that that's going forward, and I really like that idea of him like, here's the shit we've built. Let's do something with it.
I think him and Elaine are going to build that to a point where they become an accorded nation.
That would be interesting.
I think that's a thing.
Do you think he's going to have a fling with Elaine or anything like that?
I mean, potentially. She's a long distance off. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we get a like standalone novel with Elaine doing her thing. Because she's having Wizard Detective adventures.
I do fucking miss the Wizard Detective part. Like, we've got a lot of Wizard. We haven't had shit for Detective for a while now, for the most part.
Dresden Files has very much evolved from like a noir fantasy, like a high magic thing into like a high fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a bummer. Like, we know that he's, Harry's deal is that he's a big, punchy, slappy wizard. He's good at evocation. But if you go back to his first, like, 4 or 5 books, he actually was like, I'm very good at finding things, and I can throw a punch when I need to. It's
he's best. Like, I've got the power, but I don't have the control. And as he's been learning the control, it's been coming on. It kind of has the pacing, I realize this, of, like, a shonen manga, of, like, Naruto, of, like...
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I've got power but no control, and then like, oop, I got powered up to this next thing, and then oop, I got powered up to this next thing, and then like, in Skim Game, he felt like one of the biggest powers in the magical universe at that point, and then you get to these ones, and he's like, man, I suck. Like,
yeah, I really enjoy it when he does ritual magic, where he actually has to like cleanse his mind and like make a circle and like. In the earlier books, that was the thing he was really good at, and he still like whips it out every now and then, which is always very exciting. But oh man, I do miss the more detective noir stuff.
Well, and the items so we'll hopefully get more of that.
Yeah, and he's got his lab back, so we might actually get to see him do some lab work again. He's got Bob. He's probably going to have Bonnie around.
Oh yeah, I had forgot about Bonnie, and I had a moment of like, what is going on with this small child?
Well, the reason you forgot about Bonnie is because she doesn't come up in Battlegrounds like at all.
Yeah, just fucking Pierce.
That's a bone of contention with the fan base. A lot of people are like, "Where is Bonnie during this whole thing?" And a lot of people have decided they like the idea that the reason Bonnie never comes up is because he never thinks of her purposely, like he never thinks of the goddamn Spear of Destiny.
Yeah, that could have been fucking useful on this one.
Is it just me, or did the Spear of Destiny not actually do anything?
It seemed kind of weak for him making such a big point to not think about it.
like he made it, right? He attached the like actual spear point to his staff, but it was Marcone like shanking Ithnu that did it. Like, that's where the blood came from. So, all right. I mean, I guess he still has a Spear of Destiny, so that's
useful. That's a very nice thing to have.
Yeah, he has that. Yeah, I just thought that was weird. Oh, look at that. I just segued. So, John Marcone, Thorn Namshiel.
Yeah. I don't know why I was so surprised that happened, but that caught me off guard.
Because, I mean, they had ended... Fuck, what book was that? That's not... it is... Small
Favor?
I think you're right there. It was like 10 books ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was when they had to rescue John from the Knights of the Black and Denarius.
They had left it unsure if he had taken the coin. Like, it didn't look like he did, but you couldn't prove that he didn't.
It just seemed that
so
Thorn
long ago that you
went
stopped
missing.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
I had kind of forgotten about it. Because, 10 books.
My friend Dane, who I got into this book series, and he admittedly took to it harder than I did. He loves speculating. He loves getting into fan theories. He asked me to spoil stuff for him while I was reading Battlegrounds because I got it 2 days before he did.
He really likes spoilers. It's weird.
He does. It's because he just likes engaging. He likes speculating. After he explained it to me, I was like, that makes sense. But he was absolutely taken aback and blown away that John Marcone had a coin. And he, for whatever reason, he just completely forgot that we were pretty sure he had that coin. Either him or Monarch Securities had it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I also wasn't surprised because Marcone's always going to go for more power.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's the asshole that would have control in the same way that Nicodemus does.
Mm-hmm. And the further that he goes into the supernatural world, the more he's going to feel the need to be able to defend himself. Did you read Side Jobs? That was the first short story anthology.
Yes, but it was a couple of years ago now.
Okay. Do you remember the story with the Fomor sorcerer that was coming after? Oh, you know what? That might have been in Briefcases.
I was going to say, I don't remember much about the Fomor. Fomor never really grabbed me that hard.
Yeah, same
You
here.
know, it's the short stories where you really see Fomor be like big bads.
All right, I'll have to look into it then a little more. That makes sense.
Murphy has a point of view story with Georgia getting kidnapped while pregnant, and she like saves her and a bunch of people being kidnapped by Fomor sorcerers and bad dudes. I believe that's where we first meet Listen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the deal with so many goddamn Starborn running around?
Oh, we're getting a bunch of them.
Listen, Dracul, Harry.
Theoretically, Elaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was born around the same time
And
as Harry.
Butcher has said before that Demorne would have grabbed Elaine. Like, he didn't pick these two
He
willy-nilly.
was actively trying to recruit them, or recruit Starborn children.
Mm-hmm. I'd originally thought that, like, Harry was going to be one of a kind with this, but no, he's one of just, like, a select few. I'm so glad they did Dracul instead of Dracula.
Yeah.
Same here.
Also, what about
okay, so I this is another conversation I had with Dane. He thought it was kind of ridiculous that we had all these Starborn. Or no, I thought it was. There we go. And then I convinced myself that it was actually fine. And the reason being is, well, how many people are born in a day? Like across the world.
Yeah.
How many people are born at the exact same time? Like statistically, it probably happens. So that's how I was like, okay, that's probably fine that we have a few Starborn from like the same day, as it were. Dracul, he's old as shit. He's from like a super older generation Starborn. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Of course, one of them would probably live for a long time. He's the first Black Court vampire.
Is he even a Black Court vampire?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who knows what is going down on this one? It makes sense, and I like it a little better than like Harry is the chosen one. I mean,
same here.
There's nothing wrong with the chosen one concept, but we've seen it so many times, and instead of, oh look, random white guy number 7 is the chosen one. Oh look, there's this like elite group that has access to crazy powers because of it.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a theory that has not been confirmed, but a lot of people out there seem to think that Rashid might be a Starborn as well.
That would make sense.
I would answer a lot about Rashid. Yeah. I miss Rashid.
Yeah, I like Rashid a lot. I want him to be in so much more.
And unless he shows up in the last part of this book, which I did not get the sense he did, we haven't seen him since Harry visited the Outsider's Gate, I want to say.
That sounds about right.
Racking my brain.
Bring more Rashid.
Yeah, he was in last time we saw him was Cold Days. Was it Cold Days? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Cold Days.
It was Cold Days.
Cold Days, because it was right after Ghost Story.
Yes. He was like, yeah, I'll do the paperwork so everybody knows you're not a corpse.
Oh, yeah. That's. I really want to see more of the Grey Council. They've mentioned it, but he's been kept at arm's length. I think it's time for him just to, like, come kicking down the door. You know, now that I'm not... Go ahead.
I'm curious about that, because he might be out. He's definitely on the outs with Ebenezer, who is the only one who knows who everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he might not necessarily give Ebenezer a choice in this one. Like...
Harry doesn't know who any of them are except for, Vaterung.
Vaterung.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Listen's twin Grey Council?
We don't know, I don't think. But I expect... I bet Listen's twin does. Martha Liberty, maybe.
Yeah, Martha Liberty's a toss-up.
Ramirez is not, though he should be. Ramirez had figured out there were, he called them the Black Hats, but the Black Council was acting in some way.
I like that one.
Which is the other one. Yeah. Like, fucking man, Ramirez knows so much. Just fucking trust him at this point. And I really like the scene where Ramirez calls him out on that. He's like, I don't care that you think of me as like a little brother. Like, that's fine. But stop pretending I'm dumb while you're doing it.
Hey, does anybody remember Ramirez's first appearance?
That's the necromancer one, isn't it?
Book before that.
Oh, he was one of the acolytes in Summer Night.
The first time we see him, he is in a brown robe in Summer Night.
And he's laughing at Harry being an asshole.
It's not Summer Night. It is not Summer Night. Wait, is it?
No, it is, because it's the last one we covered. It's because he has to go answer for starting the goddamn war.
That's it. Yes. And yeah, that was Ramirez. Just chuckling because this guy's being an asshole to the White Council.
So, thinking of the war, I'm really torn on this one I did enjoy how many things are happening in these books and how much time we get to really lean into everything. I'm not entirely convinced this needed to be 2 books or 1 book this long. Changes with Chichen Itza felt like a way more satisfying battle to me than the 18 different battles all happening at once in Battleground.
Yeah, how about that Endgame style, the supernatural Avengers show up to fight Ifnu/Thanos.
It gets too big.
See, for me,
I'm in the middle of that fight. Trust me, it's
Battlegrounds ended up. I might have said. I don't think I said this. I was going to say it sort of at the beginning, but Battlegrounds ended up being my favorite. And I think it's partially because of what you pointed out before. Dresden very much has the pacing of a shonen manga. And Battleground reminds me of, in Bleach, the Battle of Fate Karakura Town.
It feels a lot like later Naruto battles to me. And I get it. I am not... While I am critiquing, I don't want to come across as being no, that part sucks. I just, especially as someone who my favorite part is Harry doing the detective shit and Harry dealing with the people shit, Battleground takes forever. And I'm going to listen to it again when I am not super stressed out from the state of the real world. Because I know that those 2 pressures, I talked to actually both of you about this over the week, the stress of the fiction world and the stress of the real world were starting to intersect, and I was getting really overloaded.
Well, you had told me that you were concerned. I think it might just be real world stuff, but this book's stressing me out. I'm like, yes, but also it's just a very stressful book.
Yeah. Battleground reminded me most... Yeah, the other thing is Battleground also reminded me a lot of Captain's Fury, which was my favorite of the Codex Alera.
Oh, God, yes. Captain's Fury is so good.
Oh, that's the one that I was I hated 2 books in a row. I think I'm done.
See, that's the problem. You stopped after the 2 slowest build-up books.
And I'm going to stand by my argument on this one. I understand a first book or a first season. If you have not grabbed me by the end of season 2, at that point, I'm I have invested enough.
See, what's it called?
I say as I say, it takes 4 books for Harry Dresden to really take off. But
book 2 is Academ's Fury. What is the 3rd book called?
Oh God,
Cursor's Fury.
Cursor's Fury, yes. Cursor's Fury is my favorite book in that series.
Cursor's Fury was really good. For me, Captain's edges it out, but I think I just like the way
you didn't even meet the Zerg yet, Thumbs. I mean, Zach.
That's fine. They know what I'm called.
I think I mentioned it the first time around. I like the way Butcher describes action because it actually makes me tired. And it pulls me in. And Battlegrounds...
Yes.
I had more, times where I exclaimed out loud reading Battlegrounds than I have ever had with any other book. I gasped when it fucking turned and it was Dracul. I almost... I dropped the book and almost started clapping and was, giddy on my beds when Harry had that super triumphant moment on the roof where he summoned all of the little folk.
That scene actually, because I'm
so incredible,
and
I'm
just
listening to this at work, and I'm just
everyone.
I cannot react super strong to this because everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with Zach?" But yeah, that has been hands down, I think, my favorite part of these 2 books, of that scene, partly because I just love Toot Toot so much. And one of the big things about Harry is he is the only person that has taken the little folk even semi-seriously. and watching what started as like, oh, funny, and then like, oh, the Zalord, that's hilarious, but like kind of cool. And then we get to this point, and everyone's like, oh shit!
Wow, they're an actual force to be reckoned with. I was remiss with myself because I neglected to ask you, Zach, to message me when it happened, and it was going to be like capital IT.
Mm-hmm. And it was that scene?
And just see how and just see how many times you messaged me.
Was it this? Was it this?
And nope, it was Michael swearing.
I did do that with Par, or Dane.
That's so good.
Yes, it was very entertaining.
Let's fucking Murphy's death. I got pissed off and I was raging just as long as Harry was. And then I broke down sobbing just terribly when Mab agreed to give her a proper funeral.
That one hit me hard.
Mab also became like 30 times more interesting in these books.
From the moment that she got punched through a wall, I was suddenly like, Mab is fascinating now, as opposed to like, yeah, because before, like, oh, she's the evil one. Oh, and now, and I mean, McCoy warns him, like, she's gonna befriend you, and she's gonna use that because she knows she can't bully you. But it was still like, oh, okay, this makes sense now.
And then even
we got to see some. Oh, sorry,
I was going to say just the other physical thing was by the end of reading Battlegrounds, I wasn't able to put the last half of the book down, and I ended up reading it till like 4:30 in the morning, and then I wasn't able to turn off.
To work.
Yeah, I should have, because after that, like, I was still having like a physical reaction where I was still like really pumped up in the moment of the battle, and I could not turn myself off for like 4 hours, and I got like 2 hours of sleep that night, and it sucked really, really badly the next day. Especially because then I couldn't go, like, none of my coworkers have read far enough in the series. A couple of them have read up to like Summer Night.
Yeah. And I think that might be part of the problem I had of, like, for the first half of the book, I was getting like, yeah, I'm pumped up. Like, when the Jotun show up.
Oh, that was dope.
And
that was incredible.
The Einhajar are like, this is amazing. I was like,
this is amazing.
Fuck yeah. Like, I don't get too heavy into Viking stuff, but I do have the, like, yeah.
I actually was like, wait, are they excited because they're here to help or because they get to fight them? And then I was like, okay, they're excited because they get to fight them.
The, like, pulling out spears and being like, let's do this. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, a whole company of Leroy Jenkinses?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yes. Except they also have bombs.
Yeah.
I really like that we got some very human moments from Mab, especially in Battlegrounds, because we got to see her be, like, visibly proud of Harry multiple times.
Because he does good for
actually,
once.
It was, yeah, and it was very moving for me. But those, like, probably those moments, even over her, like, letting her kind of guard down, and you know, Jim Butcher reminds us that Mab wasn't always a fairy queen. She was a human. She was a mother. Like, she had people she cared about, and then something happened, and she became the fairy queen. She became the winter queen.
And you don't get choices, really, when that happens. Like, Molly talks about this. Like, when this happens, duties come upon you that take precedence to your personality.
Well, she's like, you're wearing your mantle. Mine is through me.
Mm-hmm.
She is her mantle, and her mantle is her.
Mm-hmm.
But she is still a mortal woman somewhere underneath there. And every time that came out, it was very moving.
What I like most about it is I never had a moment that those were fake. Like, all of those were absolutely true, but that doesn't take what McCoy was saying about she will betray you any less true as well. She'll just use truth to fuck over Harry because there's, you know, show some humbleness to Harry, and it's like his ultimate weakness.
So Mab and Harry, and something we already sort of mentioned, she kind of intimates him being Starborn might end up with him becoming an immortal.
Yeah. Oh, she very much is like, I mean, yeah, you're mortal for now. At one point. I was like, I'm excited to see where that thread goes.
That makes Murphy possibly coming back as
Einhajarin
someday a little more difficult, but...
No, I mean, if he becomes an immortal, they'd probably be able to see that as him being a separate being from what he once was, blah, blah, blah. But that I'm actually not concerned about, because if there was anybody Harry Dresden loved enough that he would do anything to get them back, it would be Karen Murphy. Mm-hmm. And if Harry Dresden had to erase the memories of Murphy in the minds of everybody that ever knew her so she could come back, he would.
Yeah, I think there's some real debate about whether that's a good thing or not, but I believe you with what you're saying.
It's not a good thing. It's super against one of the laws, but that's why I could see that happening at some point. Also, with what the next book is apparently supposed to be, we're probably going to see Harry. Yeah, we're probably going to see Mr. Harry Dresden having some complex feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Regarding Karen Murphy.
Because it'll mirror Karen.
I don't know anything about this next book.
So I actually looked this up because I thought it might come out in this podcast episode. But so Mirror Mirror is apparently Harry getting summoned by another Harry from essentially an alternate dimension. And there's going to be lots of goatees and
we're going to get the mirror universe. I'm in. Okay, that sounds great. Oh yeah, and then meeting that Karen's going to be super fucking weird, and she's going to be evil.
Supposedly,
yeah, I can't remember which moment it is exactly, but one of the moments where Harry made a big choice, it takes place in, like, he took the other choice, and that's where this mirror universe is.
I believe it's supposed to be based off of a choice he made in Grave Peril, but I can't think of what the choice was.
Oh, Grave Peril. That's where...
Book 3, that's where Susan... Isn't it? Where Susan gets taken and he starts the war? I think that's Grave Peril? No, I'm doubting.
Yeah, I think you're right, because that's when...
That sounds right.
Michael's youngest was born, right? Because Charity gets hurt in that book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the start of the war. So
okay.
Supposedly it's a choice he made in that one, which might be to start the war.
Or to go, like, full-on psycho murderer after that, or who knows. Maybe
I'm really
Susan dies.
That, I don't like looking into the stuff. I just like to enjoy what we get.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite of Dane, where I don't enjoy it. It's fun to speculate because I get to think about it more, but I like to just enjoy what we get. But this is one that I thought about a lot. I would really like it if it was from Changes, and Harry goes either for the Book of Kemmler, the Word of Kemmler, or truly takes up a coin.
Oh.
No, that'd be fun.
That'd be interesting.
Okay,
but if it was all the way back from Grave Peril, things could be a lot different, which would be cool. I keep forgetting that, like, Michael and Charity are older than Harry. Like, Michael's in his, like, mid-50s.
Yeah. And pushing just a ton of weight on the bench.
Yeah, he's still jacked as shit.
Not as much as Harry is these days, but...
No, but he's cheating.
Yeah. It's just not fair.
Oh, I also love that, like, Michael is Butter's, like, personal trainer. But he's, like, the best. He's like, so, you need to get really good at running. You got to do that a lot. We're going to get you used to that.
God, Butters become a badass.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Butters in all of these.
I think they took Butters a little too far.
There was parts, especially towards the end of Battleground, where I'm just like, okay, you've had Butters be a badass for the straight 20 minutes straight. Is he still going to be the key to... Okay, yeah, he's still just going to be just wading through enemies. Gotcha. Okay, we're good.
Mm-hmm. Granted, he does have a lightsaber. That is kind of what people with lightsabers do.
Yeah, but it went a little too far too fast, I agree. Like, I could see it if he had become the knight, like, 5 books ago.
I was still recovering from the revelation of him and Andy and Marcy.
I actually have mixed thoughts about that. And I want to see more of that before I decide if it's really cool or if it's done as kind of like fan servicey.
Because we haven't seen enough of it yet.
Because I am very much in favor of a throuple in the Dresden Files. In more representation for more people, monogamy is not the only option. But I sure hope Butcher does it right and doesn't just basically like Dear Penthouse Butters' life.
Well, I mean, here's what I like about it is that we've even had hints that like something might happen, not necessarily as like a throuple, but like Marcy showed up because Andy got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And like was there to help her, and they were really close friends when they were still in college together. So like there's breadcrumbs of some kind of relationship there. And so with her coming back to like help Andy recover and stuff, and her and Butters getting close at the same time, it makes sense that in the background, because once again, we're always looking through Harry Dresden's viewpoint, and the world Jim Butcher likes to show us in little ways does not revolve around Harry Dresden. Stuff still happens while he's not around.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really enjoyed that, because we've had like a few hints here and there. Once again, in briefcases, you find out that those two are like at least living together. The two girls, that is.
Yeah.
So that she's living with them.
I like the idea. As I said, it will depend on how well he writes it. If it's like, oh, this is really great, or this is super fan servicey that the early 40s polka fan is now a fucking Jedi Knight with two hot mid-20s girlfriends.
I have faith that that's not going to happen. And the reason being for that is just because we're not always seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
We're just going to like pop in now and then. Maybe they'll like, Harry will be like, oh shit, Butters, like my arm just got cut off. I need a doctor. And he'll be like having dinner with them. Like they'll all be having dinner.
See, that would be great. I think Harry Dresden, like 10, or Jim Butcher, like 10 books ago, if this had come up in the first few books, it would have been made skeezy. I think Butcher today,
Absolutely.
I have a lot more trust in doing that. Because as much as we talked about Harry growing up, Jim Butcher has grown up a lot in the course of writing these books, too, that you can really feel.
Yeah.
Him and his wife split.
Also, the sad thing, yes.
He moved.
He got married again,
He
I think.
learned. Oh, okay. I knew he was seeing somebody. I didn't know if he had got married.
I don't know.
I think they got married.
Not important.
I don't follow Jim Butcher that closely.
Don't look into the lives of your favorite authors, because then you find out they're J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
We might want to edit that out. Sorry.
Blackstaff confirmed as being Mother Winter's walking stick.
As close to confirmed as we can get so far.
Well, that's fucked
But
up.
yes.
That's super fucked
What do you mean
up.
that's fucked up? Fucked up?
Using her walking stick is not going to go well. I mean, we already knew the Blackstaff was bad, but that really places them like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Strictly speculation here. I bet Mother Winter is real happy that something of her is out there, like, essentially wreaking havoc.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Ebenezer, you don't get to throw fucking shit for stones at this point.
Oh, man. Ebenezer kind of pissed me off these books.
He did.
I wildly oscillated between really enjoying and, like, really liking him and being like, dude, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that in between the two books, because stuff had to get worked on, Battlegrounds, after these talks came out, I think Jim Butcher picked up that people were like, Jesus Christ, why does he have such a hate boner for the White Court? Because then in Battlegrounds, we started hearing a lot of, like, Harry's thinking about the fact, like, oh, I have, like, a really, really large level of rage for ghouls. Because of this thing that happened.
Yeah, I got me some
Well,
hang-ups.
I guess it makes sense for Ebenezer to feel this way about the White Court. Because it was his daughter and not just like kids he was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that it was more than that, too. Like, they're like, is it because of mom?
I believe
She's
it.
like, not just that.
Yeah.
I want a book about... I both do and don't want a book about his mom. Because it sounds like it'd be super cool, but sometimes... A lot of times with prequels, you're like, man, this was so much better in my head before I knew what the Clone Wars actually was.
So how much are you guys thinking that Harry is probably descended from the original Merlin?
It would definitely track. I mean, Ebenezer talked about how his journals trace back to Merlin. Mm-hmm. And it would super make sense that it's not, apprentice to apprentice like they originally made it sound, but actually down the family line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's a family tradition to not tell your grandkid that they're your grandkid, and then you teach them how to use magic.
God, Ebenezer has the most hardcore Dumbledore syndrome of like, just answer a fucking question.
Right.
Fun thing I learned, because I tried to do that character in a tabletop RPG. Turns out that when it's not a book where like, you can just write that they accept it, people do not put up with that shit at all.
Right.
They just went to war with that character almost immediately. Like, this is not working out how I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Everybody in this fucking universe needs to learn how to just answer a fucking question about Starborn.
About
seriously.
literally everything, man. That's the point I'm making here.
We have an in-universe year,
Which means
apparently guaranteed, for Listens to Win to be like, all right, Harry, so I actually have a slight theory, very small theory. We're going to have Mirror Mirror happen.
and then we'll talk about fucking Starborn.
Well, in the prologue, like, Harry's going to be like, oh, God, I'm fucked up because I always get fucked up on my adventures. Geez, what am I going to do? And it'll be like, he'll be sitting half dead in his castle, and then Listens to Wind is going to knock on his door, and that's going to be the end of the book. Because Jim Butcher likes to hook us in for the next one.
Other possible thing. Harry. What I think it's actually, I'm going to grow on your theory a little bit. He's going to have that year to be an emotional wreck and build all of his cool stuff because I want him to have his fucking rings again.
Yeah.
He needs his tools.
Yes, he needs his tools. And then Listens to Wind is going to be like on his way over to talk about this stuff when Mirror Mirror happens.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
And then he gets pulled into Mirror Mirror and he's just like, wait, no, fuck. And then it'll come back with like, oh, I don't fucking know from there. But like, from there, your idea of, all right, now it's time to talk about this. End of book.
Did you guys read The Christmas Story?
Not yet.
No, it's at the end of my audiobook.
You disgust me. Anyways, continue.
What's wrong with audiobooks? James Marsters.
Oh, wait, I did read it.
Yeah, it was at the end of Battlegrounds. Yeah. They also released it last year on Christmas, but yeah, it's real good. I'm not going to say anything because I want Zach to read it. It's nothing that we really need to talk about.
I love Listens to Wind.
There you go.
I'm sorry, you loved what?
Yeah, we got to see him unleash.
Well, I was going to say, I love Listens to Wind. I love the fact that he's supposed to tell Harry some more shit coming up. We kind of know where he learned everything that he knows.
Sam Squatch!
I kind of hope it's Strength of a River in his shoulders that ends up having to be the one to tell Harry, because I fucking love him and how much he was in both of these books.
And
I do too.
Wearing the fucking glasses.
Yeah,
and
the glasses.
I lost my glasses. That's why they're scared of me now. Like, okay, big guy. Yeah, I want him to like hang out in the castle for a while or something like that. I did have one thought, because Listens to Wind's entire thing was amazing. But like, he's flying as the Falcon, turns into the elephant, smashes the Jotun's chest, and they're like, a body, no matter how big, can't survive that onslaught or something like that. And like, then why the fuck did Listens to Wind not explode right there?
Can I just say I really enjoyed this like kind of major bomb for Harry, but minor bomb on the scale of what was going on that River Shoulders dropped on Harry, which is, oh yeah, Gnosko is still alive. If you see him, you should probably not. You should probably get out of there.
You should probably not see him.
Well, and I love the kind of the Grendel was.
I did. Hey man, we all thought Grendel was nuts. Like, I got no issue with you.
The only issue is the one you're bringing, buddy. that was neat. I was like, oh, Grendel can't. Oh, the pack of Malks was frightening.
Yeah. I mean, we mostly only saw Grey Malkin, but
just the idea in my head. I was like, oh, this is no good for anybody right now.
Release the Malks. Oh shit, man! What if we don't do that? Excuse me.
The fucking soul gazing, the goddamn Kraken.
Soul gazing the Kraken.
Yeah.
Not what getting to soul gaze Murphy made me so angry.
He soul gazed Murphy.
Yeah, but he like long enough to see her die. I wanted like a moment of, like, because he didn't get any of the soul gaze from her. I wanted like a partial soul gaze or something.
No, didn't he soul gaze Murphy like super early in the series?
No.
Or no, I'm thinking about when the 2 times he's looked at her with his wizard sight. I'm sorry.
Yep, no, you're fine. Because he talks about after she dies, if he had always been too scared to soul gaze Murphy, because no one ever reacts that well to soul gazing with Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Although,
holy crap.
I don't think it's actually so much like bad as just
Intense.
overwhelming.
Intense.
Like,
Yeah.
no one reacts well to it. Like, well, Susan dated you afterwards, so it obviously didn't go too badly.
Yeah. Michael's your BFF.
Yeah, like, clearly it's not, it's just a lie, you know. But I also get it.
Well,
like, the idea of soul gazing is profoundly terrifying.
Those also are, like, his really early soul gazes.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, was that his name? Rudolph's partner?
Grady, I think.
Grady, yes.
Grady.
He definitely, he reacted poorly. He did not like soul gazing. It was also, like, at the same time he found out that monsters and stuff are real.
Yeah, he had a bad day.
Yeah, a real bad day.
Well, and I think part of it could be just like they're seeing all of the, you know, power and potential in Harry, and I don't care who you are, that's scary.
Yeah. Especially because the high likelihood that he's got a very dark side. We've seen this dark side.
Mm-hmm. It grew a
but,
goatee
like,
and everything.
You know, yeah, right. But, like, when he soul gazed Molly and he saw, like, the dark, dark Molly, like, I bet the Harry version of that's pretty scary to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's scared of normal Harry, so.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely missed seeing Kincaid in this.
That's who I thought he called at first, not Goodman Gray, because I had kind of forgotten about Goodman Gray.
Same here.
And I was like, oh, he called Kincaid. So when they were like, I'm not made of money, man. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be expensive as fuck. And he, like, pulls out $1. I'm like, what is happening? Oh, okay, yes, I'm...
Yeah. Goodman Gray does jobs for $1. Got to pay the rent.
Yeah, I'd just forgotten about him, so I was very confused.
Yeah. You were
he's
supposed
a very
to forget about him
plain guy.
in Battlegrounds. Like, his job was to keep Justine out of everything. Okay, so let's see. We should probably talk about the walker in the room.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We should probably talk about that. We're getting a little long on time. I don't know if that matters
Yeah,
to you guys.
no, give us some thoughts here, big guy.
Okay, fucking when Thomas goes, it was Justine, and Harry was like, oh yeah, fucking, I'll take care of her.
Don't worry, I'll protect
It'll be
her.
all right, man.
Yeah.
When really it was like, it was a warning. He was warning him that it was Justine. And just like those pieces suddenly falling into place. Oh man. So I looked into that.
It's way more
Just a little
interesting
bit.
than just Thomas being like, oh, Justine again, because we've had that for fucking 6 of the 16 books. But sorry, you went looking into this.
Yeah, like as far as we've known her, or as a lot of the time we've known her since like the 3rd book she was in when she started, you know, working for Laura. She's been a nemesis, and you can start seeing when she's trying to fuck with stuff. Like I haven't gone back and read stuff, but I've seen other people who did do that and have been like making posts about it and stuff. She just like casually dropped a Harry is brothers with a vampire to Lucio one time.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently Lucio just was like, la la la, I didn't hear that, basically.
It's weird that we haven't seen Lucio at all.
So a lot of people are wondering why, like, oh my god, where is Lucio? Where are all the fucking wardens? Where is the rest of the senior council during Battlegrounds? Having a vote. They had a meeting. Like, they couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, they had to go rat fuck Harry.
Yeah, the whole battle itself took like 5 hours. Even if they'd heard about it and dropped everything and tried to get there, they would not have gotten there in time. So there you go, people. I've said it straight for you. That's why the White Council in power wasn't there, and it was just a few of them.
I get it. I just feel like over the course of the last like 5 books, maybe Lucio would have shown up for 1 or 2 of the big deals.
Yeah, she's been busy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, as you said, this world does not revolve solely around Harry Dresden. Other stuff is going down at the same time.
Yeah, this is just a little apocalypse. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, Dracul said what? This is just a little dust up?
Dracul says what? Yeah. Just a little dust up.
This is good for scouting.
He's just here to do some recruiting. Oh God, I love that he was like, normally this is the point where I'd offer somebody eternal life, but like,
You're really obnoxious.
you're so stylish. Like you're not cool enough. I loved it. It was so good.
Knock knock.
Fucking conjuritis.
Also, if somebody could answer a fucking question about conjuritis, that would be great too.
Again, yes.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying.
Everybody, even Laura, conjuritis at your age. Like, holy shit! Who besides Harry doesn't know about this? I bet Elaine knows about this.
It's one of those. It actually bothered me. Like it started pulling me out of the story after a while when literally everyone knew about it but him. I'm like, he's been around for a while. Like,
yeah.
Well, who else here knew it was Gary?
Be surprised. She's centuries old. Oh, I did.
Who else here knew it was Gary?
Everybody here knows it's Gary. I think you said 80% of the people in the race there.
No one cares, Gary. Is Mac an angel?
We blow my cover, Dresden. Mac might be a former angel.
Mac, it seems to be intimated that he was one of the Watchers.
Okay.
Fallen from grace, but not like, evil.
Yeah.
He's out, is what he said.
That's what I had thought. I just was like, oh, shit. Because we knew there was more going on with Mac for a while. But I also just really was fond of the, like, random bartender that somehow managed to, like, make his play. Like, if he had been just a completely normal person still, who had somehow gotten in on the Unseelie Accords, it would have made my fucking week. Like, still.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me laugh really hard all the times that Harry's been like, Max Beer's way to make somebody believe in God. Or that there is a God and he desires us to be happy. Like, well, no wonder he says his beer is divine so often. Turns out it is.
Final book. The true hero of everyone?
Mac. Or Mouse.
Oh, yeah. Mac's going to show up with a flaming fucking sword at some point in the big apocalyptic trilogy.
Yeah, probably. They mentioned Mr. getting
great.
old, and I'm realizing that Mr. is, like, 17 at
Mr.'s
this
an old
point.
kitty cat.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to handle it if they kill Mr. as well as...
I'm going to hope
Oh,
that there's going to be some, like, mumbo-jumbo magical explanation of Harry slinging around so many spells has rubbed off on Mr. and he has extended life.
Yeah.
Mr.'s a Mulk now somehow.
Mr. is secretly Vatarung.
Oh, God. Yeah,
he's
give him
everyone
another mantle,
else.
it's fine.
Yeah, Vatarung's everyone else.
Oh, giving him the mantle could work. I mean, if the Red Lanterns can have Dexter the Cat Red Lantern, then the Winter Cat Knight, like...
Yeah. To quote Harry, Vatarung's a complicated guy.
Trying to think what else happened.
Everything.
Everything.
This has been the most
many
scattered episode we've ever done, because it's just three people going, but what about this scene?
But what?
Oh, and this thing, and that thing.
But that thing was so cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I want. Firstly, what was the name of the guy who was like, this is bullshit, man, like,
Randy.
Wizard, what the fuck? Randy, thank you. Randy is, he had my favorite line in the book, which was,
we have a fucking
got a
wizard.
wizard. Fuck those guys. Oh, so good. Okay, here's what I want from Randy in the next book. Harry helped save his daughter basically by like defending the city and stuff, like his brand new ass baby.
Mm-hmm.
So he becomes part of the Paranet, and then he goes and works directly for the Wizard of Chicago because he wants to like help defend the city and keep his family safe.
Yeah.
So he goes to work for Harry and like help do these great works, and now he just kind of becomes Harry's gopher. Like he gets Harry's laundry and like goes grocery shopping for the castle.
He's like, this dude really needs a person, and we have lost a person. Like we've lost his person. It's time for him to connect to like.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's hoping to do like help Harry do all these extravagant things, and then he just kind of ends up becoming fucking Dresden's like PA.
Well, because Harry is going to need someone who is normal human. And he, as we mentioned, he does not have that anymore. So that would...
Yeah, he needs somebody to keep him grounded.
Randy would be perfect for that.
Randy might be good. Maybe they'll fall in love. I ship it.
Okay. So speaking of shipping things...
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think of the forced Harry Lara pairing in the future.
It's about time.
Because I'm not against it. I kind of like the way they interact, especially upon these rereads.
It's gonna be fun, but there's no way they're gonna like. It's gonna be a whole lot of she can't touch him because he's still protected by Murphy and he refuses to have sex with her, but she's challenging him. Blah blah. It adds a new level of interest to things, but like,
what if?
I read this story with Wolverine and Viper in Marvel Comics in like the 90s. Like this exact fucking story.
What if Lara has been in love with Harry this whole time, or has grown to be like loved him, and that's why she can't kiss him?
Oh, dun dun dun.
Yes. Like Justine and Thomas, if they want to like get down, they have to like bone somebody else first, or have a threesome. Like, oh no, Harry's gonna get like some regular affection and sex. Oh geez, can't have that. Kill Murphy.
I don't. That actually might be exactly what bothers me about this.
All right. Time to set up the next romance.
I did have a moment of like in fucking the first one in Peace Talks, where literally he's still talking about how hot literally every woman he meets is. And I'm like, come on, man.
Oh, God.
It's not as badly done as it used to be, though.
No, it's not. It is. I have not seen or heard the sentence, the tips of her breasts, in like 8 books. So we're doing fucking great there, Jim.
Yeah.
You know,
I was noticing that, too.
I
was noticing that, too, but I was like, oh, he definitely grew, because now it's more just like, look at her being super gorgeous over there. Oh, yeah, I'm in a room full of people that can kill me at any second.
Opposed to him just being like, girl.
Yeah, he was really bad about that.
I think Molly's going to come onto him super hard now.
Oh, absolutely. Although now Molly knows what happens if she tries to get down with anybody. So we'll see. But I did like that frostiness, pun intended, between Lara and Molly after, Mav's like, excellent, you may court my knight. You'll be married by the end of the day.
Right? Oh.
Because that makes sense, right? Because we all know that Molly is a good person. She loves Harry. We've known that. But she also cares about Harry. So with Murphy dying, and Molly knew her as well, and also was going to grieve in her own way. But we all know that as soon as she found out Murphy had died, something in her went, maybe me and Harry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had that thought.
So
it's less creepy now that she's in like mid-20s. I don't see it happening, but like I knew that this plot point was going to come up more.
I'm not super into her being into Harry, and well, I mean, it makes sense to me, but like they've also squashed that bug 4 times.
Yeah, it's kind of Ted and Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if by like the end of the series, if they're both still alive, they're in a situation where it's like, eventually they're actually going to get together, but right now
it's been 300 years. It's less creepy than it is, but she makes that argument at one point, and I can kind of see it, but at the same time, give it a couple hundred years. I don't know. It's not a ship that I'm like, yeah. But also, I spent the last however many books being like, just fucking date Murphy already. This is getting old. And now I don't have that, so I don't know what to, like, the part of me that ships characters doesn't know what to do with itself.
That's why I'm all in on
I'm super into, I'm really into it. I like it a lot. I do. I
am looking forward to when Lara inevitably dies.
Well, I mean, if she,
I like Lara as a character, but like I don't. There's story there. There's no long-term relationship there because
I think Lara is an incredible partner for Harry, and I very specifically choose partner. Just like Murphy was a really good partner for him. It would have been okay if those two had never become a couple. It was really exciting when it did happen, but like that relationship was great. And Larry, damn it, I made a ship name for them.
Larry
and Harry have an incredible amount of respect for each other. They just also do not trust each other. Wacky hijinks ensue, and then also they bone sometimes.
Kind of important for a relationship, though. Like, I agree as, like, a partner, as people forced to deal with each other, it's great. As a romantic thing, I don't like it.
That's fine. Just remember, Thumbs, that marriage as coming from love is a relatively new concept.
And they're both old. I get it. As I said, it just...
I think those two joined are a serious supernatural powerhouse.
That's very true. I just have been very into the Addams Family, Gomez and Morticia kind of... Ever since I got married couples that really love each other, I really like, and married couples that don't like or don't trust each other, I really can't stand. Mm-hmm. So I am coming into this biased. I am admitting that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. With that much... guess who else didn't like each other for a long time? Harry Dresden and Karen Murphy.
Except they always liked each other. There was just trust issues. Because Harry can't tell a goddamn
very frosty the first couple books. Yeah. Well, back then as well, he was like, I'm seriously not supposed to tell people about magical bullshit.
And at this point, he's like, fuck the White Council.
Yes. No, I get it. But I mean,
and fuck Rudolph. All my homies hate Rudolph.
Even in the first one, oh God, fuck Rudolph. Even in the first one, he has a concussion and passes out, and she, takes care of him, buys him food, and leaves him money, and is like, you will pay me back. But, that's not... It may be frosty sometimes, but that's not the actions of people who don't have a fondness for each other.
Do you think Laura wouldn't do that for Harry?
I do not in that same way. I think she might have... There wouldn't be the,
I think you're right that she would not until the end of these two books, and I think after these books, she might.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt like affection on that one. I don't know. I have a very different level of excitement for Larry that you two have, so...
Oh man!
Now, if it was Larry and Harry, yeah, sure. Actually, I'm really liking this Randy Harry idea that Harry Randy. Let's not say that how I said that first sentence.
The Handy?
Yes, the Handy. I'm into Handy. Oh, God.
Nice.
I almost said that with a straight face.
All right. What else? What else is there? Oh, no body, no crime. Rudy's going to get it free, legally speaking.
Oh yeah. And cop.
Yeah.
Yep. Internal Affairs cop.
He's going to have a promotion out of this somehow, I bet you. I'm real curious if he's going to be actively worse or if he's going to decide that he needs to, make amends and,
He's not going to do that.
Again, I haven't finished the book, so I could be wrong.
So, yeah, I mean, no body, no crime, right? So I think that's not going to happen. Way to go, Butters and Sonia. I mean... Actually, way to go, because, save your friend's soul.
Yes, it would have been very bad for Harry to give in right there, but also...
Yeah.
Oh, Rudolph.
Insisting on mortal justice, and now there's not, a body for them to, be like, hey, yeah, look, here's the bullet wound. I think there was an exit wound, so it's not there, but maybe there's some fragments that they could match. Whatever.
They talked about it spinning around inside her and stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, oh, God, I was real sad. Fuck. So... Yeah, I think Rudy's probably going to get off. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he ended up, crazy. If this broke him mentally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could see more of his partner, the guy who is as wide as he is tall, tank of a man, being someone that Harry deals with more, which, again, would give him access to some of the stuff that Murphy had, but without that same trust. Because Stallings is going to
the relationship.
Stallings is either dead or retired by the end of this.
Stallings is not dead.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, he's retiring. He's retiring.
He mentions that he's like, I'm gonna die by a fucking cliche.
Oh, so good. Death by cliche. I was like, I thought you retired. In 2 weeks, I was like, oh, fuck, Stallings is screwed. And then he made the joke, and I laughed so hard. So I think Rudy is probably going to snap and end up in a hospital.
He's going to end up being the bad guy for a real the bad guy for a book.
Oh, we know who the real... Oh, man. Do you know... Have you heard the rumor of who, the herald of the end times is going to be? I just kind of made that name up. I don't think...
No, but I know roughly what you're talking about. Who?
Okay.
Who?
So there's a big apocalyptic trilogy that he wants to do.
Yeah, he mentions this.
And one of the... I heard a rumor, and I'm not sure how confirmed this is, or if it has come from Jim Butcher himself, but that it's going to be a little girl that Harry meets and shows that magic is real. in a short story. It's also the same short story where he like encounters Murphy for the first time.
Oh.
Which I think is very cool. Yeah, you remember that little girl with the glowing ring? Yeah.
Oh shit, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking deep.
I like that.
There.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we just have like Sonya in all the time?
Oh no. I love Sonya, but I wouldn't love Sonya every book.
That's fair. I want more of the alphas. I feel like I haven't gotten enough Billy and Georgia in several books. Like we get bits of him here, but I want real time with them again.
I really like that the alphas narratively, especially like when the fighting happens, but just narratively speaking, operate in the same way that like wolves do. They're very much in the shadows. They stay hidden until it's like time to strike. But I like that about them a lot. I really do.
Yeah.
Powerhouse-wise, they're really low, right? They turn into wolves and bite stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. He's kind of outgrown them, but I really like Billy and Georgia interacting with Harry, and I miss that because we haven't had a ton of that since the 4 Changes.
We haven't seen him roleplay in so long, and he loves having like large thews.
Yeah, his mighty thews.
Yes. Enough talk.
I know I just am being difficult because I want good things for Harry because 2020's been a long year. But I want him
Jim Butcher lives to make Harry Dresden miserable. I'm so sorry.
I want Harry Dresden living in his castle, hanging out with like Billy and Butters as his like lieutenants.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Fucking running the Paranet and being like, fucking bring it on Celia Accords.
How big do you guys think Toot can get?
He's like the size of a G.I. Joe at this point, yeah?
I think he's bigger than that.
I think he's bigger than that at this point.
I think Cold Days he was about G.I. Joe sized.
Okay.
He's even bigger now.
Yeah, I think he's...
Oh, holy shit. Did you guys realize that Lacuna's a tooth fairy?
Yeah, that was fucking great, right? I almost brought that up.
Oh my god, like... Apparently this has been known in the Dresden circles, and I had no idea until this book.
That's why she's so obsessed with teeth, man. Like,
yeah, God, I just didn't put it together. And then he said it, and I was like, oh my God. Shocked Pikachu face.
Usually I don't care for the, like, one person claiming someone's their girlfriend while the girl's like, I am not, but I don't know why I found it charming with these two.
Because Toot is just so childish and charming.
Yeah, there is an innocence to the little people that I think lets them get away with it much better.
Yeah. Oh, they had real weapons, and that was really cool. Way to go, Molly.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, I know Harry's the Zaw Lord and stuff, but, like, Molly's the one who actually does stuff for them besides give them pizza.
I liked the moment where, just thinking of Molly, where Ebenezer was like, you should get out. And Harry's response was not like, I can't, but like, not until I can get Molly out too. Which was, it showed way deeper thought for Harry, like way more maturity than just like reacting at the moment. And also it gave me some hope for Molly, who narratively it's been really good, but I liked her a lot better when she was Padawan than I do. I mean, and I'm not supposed to like her as much as the Winter Lady. Like,
right.
She's going through her black suit Spider-Man phase right now.
Sure. You know, something that we need to remember as well is that Molly became Padawan like in universe like 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So she's not the same person that
she
was.
Yeah, she's had a lot of growing up. Like, she's in her mid-20s now. She's like, oh God, here's a good example. Our friend Emily, Beatrix, who's like grown up and gone to college and has like a big girl job and like is a like successful, happy adult.
Yeah, she was 17 like, when we met her, and now she's way ahead of both of us, and we're like, hey.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's cool. So we've just, once again, you know, as much as Harry gets to see a person, we get to see them grow up, and yeah, like,
I like growing up Molly. Person. I just want, you know, we're losing, one of the big things going on is we're kind of losing her to the Winter Lady, like who Molly is.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
She, you got to keep in mind as well, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I find it's important to realize that Molly is still herself, but she also has to put on this mask so she doesn't get ripped apart by her minions, basically.
Yeah, one of the running themes of it is it doesn't matter how good your intentions while you're playing these dangerous games, those games still change you. And he has very well set it up that I am worried of the directions that Molly is going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's understandable. She's a fairy queen. That's got to be rough. A winter fairy queen, to be specific.
I will say, I guess I can't point to any like specific numbers of times this occurred or anything, but one of the things that did stand out from this originally one book that was split into two, I don't know if it was Jim or if it was his editor either making sure this got put in or not taking enough of it out when things got split, but I felt like a lot of information got repeated
like 16 times
lot compared to other books. He's always been good about like the whole I always think of it
you of a thing.
Yeah, I always think of it as like the sort of comic book writing philosophy where like every comic is somebody's first comic. So sometimes you have to repeat some stuff. But this one seemed like 4 or 5 times more than any of his other books.
Yeah. I've been experiencing this a lot. Like I said, I started listening to the Wheel of Time books. And when I first read them, it was spaced out over a lot of time. The series wasn't finished when I started reading it. So it was really good getting these reminders as new books came out. But then I'm rereading / listening to it now, and Jim Butcher doesn't do quite as good of a job as the minor reintroduction to stuff as I thought he did, now that I've got like a really good example of it in the Wheel of Time books.
Nope, he just beats you over the head with it a couple of times.
I think Jim was just repeating information pretty hard in this book.
Including it was something that I always had in the back of my head reading all of these books, but the fact that Harry is like 6'9" got repeated so many times in these two.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's huge.
I remember him being big. I didn't remember him being almost 7 feet tall. Like, I thought he was closer to like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". And I have cousins at that height. That is already like gives me a crick in my neck.
I think a phrase Jim has used a lot in books when Harry describes himself is closer to 7 feet than 6. So I've always kind of imagined 6'7", maybe 6'8". Mm-hmm. Which is still, like, fork beard sized.
Yeah, it is ridiculously large human being.
Yeah.
And so that, I don't know.
And he, exercises, so he's in good shape. And a winter night, I guess, too.
Yeah, him, like, doing the 6 miles with the 220-pound vest on.
Holy Hannah.
That's like a me.
Yeah.
It's just, like, me holding on, being like, let's do this. Oh. Me in
you got this, buddy. I'm evenly distributed.
Pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah, Harry is a physical monster at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But he already kind of was, because I always forgot that he was fucking 6'9".
Yeah, I always forget that he's big in that regard. The times that I remember, besides when we're told, like, yeah, Harry, you're a goddamn giant. I remember it most often when he, like, has to fisticuff a little bit.
Mm.
That's when I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, it makes sense that he's, like, he could beat up Sonya and Butters a little bit because he's just got reach on them, if nothing else.
It's gotta make...
Like, he's a good fighter, he's supernatural, but also his arms are like 100 feet long each.
It's gotta be difficult to date Murphy like he did, who was maybe 5 feet tall. Like, that is imagine dating someone almost 2 feet shorter than you.
Right?
If she, like, leans up for a kiss, he has to, like, bend over for 5 minutes before he can kiss her.
I'm going to get down to my knees now.
My aunt is 4'11", her husband is 6'4", and just that blows my mind.
Oh, my God.
Wow, I don't even think he's 6'4". I think he's, like, 6'2" and a half. Like, probably not even 6'4". He's a pretty tall guy, though. And, like, even that, I'm just like, there's a big difference right there.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to think about that anymore.
Oh.
Too soon.
Okay, so now as we've bounced around in our easily least comprehensible episode that'll either be amazing or terrible, and we'll find out next week. Well,
my
you'll
phone's
find out
about to
now. Is there anything else we want to say before we dive into recommendations?
I thought it was really cool that the Red Cap was a deep agent.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I thought that was rad. We got a little bit more Red Cap time, and I liked that.
I just couldn't help but think of it as a MAGA cap the entire time, and I was like, oh no.
Did you notice that?
I know.
Did you notice that he showed up in the very beginning of peace talks when Harry first visits the Carpenter's house, and he's one of the Fae that's
the old neighbor or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had not placed that together. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
God. Slammed both of these books in the space of like 2 days. I'm just like, oh God, so much information intake.
In both peace talks and speaking of MAGA, that's why I thought of this. In both peace talks and Battleground, Harry talks like Donald Trump when he's like basically telling somebody off. when he's talking to Marcone after we find out that Marcone is a knight, he's like fake wizard, bad, sad. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is him like riffing on Trump a little bit. There's another bit where he does it in peace talks as well.
God.
Fake wizard, sad. Yeah, it was great. Anyways, recommend some stuff to me.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Tyler, you want to jump in on?
Yeah, I'll start off the recommendations because this is going to be so much fun. This is going to be a blatant crossover. You can go listen to me talk about this on Fried Squirms next week because it's the movie that we're about to record talking about. I watched it just a few hours ago. I fucking loved it so much. I'm going to recommend the 1985... 1985. God, how would I? It's a Gongxi horror film from China called Mr. Vampire.
Okay.
It's basically a horror comedy kung fu flick about
Mr. Vampire.
About Mr. Vampire, but it's Chinese vampires, so it's those hopping vampires like the Jade Court.
Yeah, because their hands are bound and stuff.
Yeah, and it's actually like really crazily like Chinese folky, and they're doing all sorts of like spells and shit all over the place, mixed in with like really funny kung fu like Jackie Chan style shit. Not as well choreographed as that, but the same sort of physical comedy. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Nice.
It's also it's not a recommendation that I expect people to easily just like go out and drop what they're doing and check out right now though. Because I will say it's not streaming on anything.
So it's hard to get your hands on.
You can't rent it on Amazon. You can't rent it on iTunes. And I'm pretty sure that like the DVD is out of print. So if you want to pick up a copy, it's like $45
Oh, so you're making
DVD.
this real fucking easy for people is what you're saying here.
What I'm saying is if you ever have a chance to watch it,
Definitely
say
take
yes.
it up. Okay. I am going to go with Fair Lady from Image Comics. And I do not remember the creators off the top of my head. I just started reading this. It is thematically similar to Dresden Files, although instead of let's put wizards in a detective novel, it's let's put detectives in a fantasy comic book. The Fair Lady is there is a position called the Fairman, which is pretty much, Dresden's job, but in a like actual fantasy world. There's a cat person and everything, swords and sorcery.
Rad.
And the main character is the only fair lady, so the only woman doing this job. And every issue so far has just been a like standalone short detective story in a fantasy universe. So like, oh, this barbarian got murdered. Did he fake his death? Or like this person got killed by a dragon, but there's no evidence of a dragon. Let's find out what really happened. It's fun. I'm not very far into it yet, but I really enjoyed it. And fantasy comics have been getting a bit of a renaissance lately, ever since Game of Thrones proved that people like fantasy, like high fantasy. So when I find good ones, I'm trying to be like, no, people check these out.
Yeah.
For years, all we had was like old Conan reprints, and those are amazing. But there's more. Dickie, do you have anything you want to recommend on yourself, or we forgot to mention this part to you? So
no, you didn't. Would you mind me recommending a couple things?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay. Firstly, let's see. We're going to go with the comic book medium. The host of the Geek History Lesson podcast, which is dear to my heart, they are releasing their second volume of Jupiter Jet, who was their original character and story that they wrote for. They're releasing their second volume at the end of this month. It's called Jupiter Jet and the Forgotten Radio. I have one pre-ordered and ready for me at my local comic shop.
That sounds
very excited to read that.
That name is so good.
It is. It's very good. It's about a young woman, teenage girl who gets a jetpack and wants to be a superhero.
I'm in.
Good stuff. Highly recommend it. Comes out at the end of this month. I want to say November 20th. I could be wrong. And then if you like, this Dresden Files stuff, but you kind of prefer the high fantasy aspect and want to see more swords and all that, Brandon Sanderson is having Rhythm of War, his 4th book in the Stormlight Archive. That is going to be his 10-book epic fantasy series. And that comes out November 17th. The first 3 books are incredible, and they're only getting better. Forged Foam has the license to make replicas of items from the book series.
Oh, that's
Brandon
cool.
Sanderson Brandon Sanderson shouted them out on Twitter and crashed their website 2 days ago.
Forged Foam is a group that makes foam and LARP weapons, like what we use for wacky bats.
Yes. So they're really great. If you've ever seen Role Models, they did about half of the gear for that movie. Yeah. Do I have anything else? Demon Souls is a release title for PlayStation 5.
And you should be excited about that, apparently.
Get that. Let's just start that decade of Dark Souls all over again in 2020 instead of 2009.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Those are my 3 things.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Dickie, thank you so much for joining us again here.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me record remotely.
Yeah,
of course.
No, this is the year where we don't fight anyone who wants to record remotely. That's the smart move.
Yeah, I mean, come vaccine time, though, we're going to fight you.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't want to come in here and hang out with us.
We play wacky bats.
I'm
We
ready.
will
I'm ready
actually
for
fight. Like, we're not kidding when I say that line.
I got some new stuff from Hakan that I'm going to throw down with, so let's go.
That's a conversation from we're not recording. Next week, we will be back with a couple of firsts. Next week's will be roughly our 1-year anniversary of doing this show. My wife, Cece.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My wife, Cece, will be on for the first time. We've been trying to get her on forever, and we'll be doing our first 2-parter episode with Good Omens. First week we will be covering the book, and second week we will be covering the show.
I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm so excited.
Was that Neil Gaiman and the late Terry Pratchett? Right?
Yes. And also,
Very good.
3 novels in 2 weeks is too much for me to I am never planning out episodes this way again. I have learned.
It's a good learning experience. It's a good one.
It is.
In order to listen to us do that next week and talk about Good Omens, and maybe it'll be some Good Omens for things to come, because God, we all need that right now. Please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, that'd be super helpful, because the whole world is ran on algorithms and we want to be up in them and get people listening to our crap. Also, if you could just tell people.
Yeah, we
helps.
appreciate that.
We're down with that. To go along with that, you can always go check out our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. Contact us through the website or by emailing us, generalnerderypod@gmail.com. While you're at the website, if you click the links up at the top, we are part of the Irvern Podcast Network. Go check out the other shows on the network. Listen to me talk about horror movies or horror, kung fu, comedy, vampire movies over on Fried Streams. Zach?
You can listen to me and my buddy Malark talk about war and wargaming and war treatises over on The Art of Wargaming.
And more shows to come and more info about those shows to come very soon.
Very soon.
So be sure to keep coming back to find out what's all going to be going on. Also, find us across all the social medias. Search for General Nerdery and we'll be what pops up.
Sometimes we do things on there.
Sometimes I give updates.
I follow you on Twitter.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
In the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
That's Dickie.
Hey.
Dismissed.